Thank you for joining us today. We have Danielle Mayberry of the TeMoak tribe of Western Shoshone Indians of Nevada, and she is currently the acting court administrator and law clerk at the St. Regis Mohawk Tribal Court. Thank you for joining us today, Danielle.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be here with you.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and start off with our first question. So why did you choose to attend January in Tucson and be a part of the Tribal Professionals Cohort?
I chose to apply to be part of the Tribal Nations Cohort to learn more and add to my foundation of like federal Indian law, tribal law, and just see what other Indigenous nations are doing. I wanted to take the opportunity to take courses from professors like Professor Williams at the Arizona James E. Rogers College of Law. I just think it's a great opportunity for me to learn and just add to my understanding.
Perfect, thank you. And why is January in Tucson important or necessary? And what Indigenous governance needs does January in Tucson and the Tribal Professionals Cohort help address?
I think it's necessary because it provides tribal leaders with most recent updated information and allows us to gather and learn together and discuss issues that I think on an everyday basis that we deal with, and just take information that we learn from others and bring it back to our homes and or the tribal communities that we serve, and help make them better for everyday, like the community members and tribal citizens.
Perfect, thank you for that answer. And in what ways does January in Tucson and the Tribal Professionals Cohort offer unique professional development experiences?
I think one of the most unique parts is that this program, the January in Tucson, brings tribal professionals and students from all over the world. Like, I had the opportunity to take courses with people from Australia, so it was really interesting hearing their perspective on what's happening within that country and how the Indigenous people are responding to their challenges that are different than what we deal with here in the United States. But I feel like we can definitely take a lot from them and apply it here in the United States.
Perfect. What should January in Tucson and Tribal Professionals Cohort participants expect from their participation?
I think by participating in it, you learn a lot more than you walk out with a lot more information than you had when you walked in. And it's just a great networking opportunity. You get a lot out of it by meeting and engaging with your classmates. And you also just get the opportunity to work with the professors that teach and just bounce ideas from them. So I think you get some great just perspective to just bring back to your community.
All right, and our next one is, how does being in the Tribal Professionals Cohort benefit your work?
So as the acting court administrator and law clerk here at the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe, I get the opportunity to work on various grants. So one of the so there's two grants in particular that come to mind. One, we're working on building a family court that reflects Mohawk traditions and customs and making sure that the code reflects the community, and that so we've been working on that, and we're working on that with different programs here at the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe. So it was interesting listening to, the ideas on just nation building and how it's important for our laws and our procedures to reflect who we are as a people. So that just added to my understanding there. And then the other grant is, right now, the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe does not exercise criminal jurisdiction. They've chosen not to, but we have a grant that's just reviewing the process to see if it's a good idea, and we're still at the start for that grant. So a lot of the information I learned is just key. It helps me keep it in perspective that, criminal jurisdiction, like making sure that the right players are there and just how to do it correctly and not use a foreign, like what works in New York or other tribes. Don't just jump to those already existing models, to make sure that it truly reflects the Mohawk community and about how we do that.
Perfect. That was a great answer. And this is our last question to wrap up. So if January in Tucson was your first introduction to Native Nations Institute, what do you see as the organization's value to Indian country?
I think it adds, it's a great resource for Indian nations. I think it's great, all the resources that they have at the on their website, the Native Nations Institute, like just for Constitution, if you're rebuilding your Constitution, there's so many resources there, and the Native Nations Institute has some great scholars that are available to tribes that can help on a day, to get to where tribes need to go for their nation building, like whether it's revisiting a constitution or trying to make your laws reflect you as a community. I think Native Nations Institute is just so important to Indian nations.